Yo, 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 what's good? It's your boy, Holy Shabazz, HOLYSHABAZZ. Like I always say, I don't care what they say about you in these streets, boy, Pablo, mess with your main. And you know it's another episode of The Viral Vault, 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 The Viral Vault. I really gotta get an echo, bro. This episode, not gonna be so funny. This episode of The Viral Vault is one that happened not that long ago, but was so crazy viral that I was like, bro, I'm gonna throw this in there because it definitely belongs in there. This happened about 2 months ago, but Shiloh Hendrix is going to be the subject of today's Viral Vault, a constant reminder that racism is alive and well in America, bro. Shiloh Hendrix was a white woman that called an autistic black child the N-word for going in her bag unbeknownst to her, trying to get the toys out of it, something that autistic children do all the time. However, me as an adult, right, I don't believe that a child could do anything to be called a racial slur. I don't even believe an adult could do anything to be called a racial slur, because racial slurs kind of don't really have a place in society from a hateful place. You know what I mean? That's like saying that a child can do something terrible enough to be called the worst name in the book. That's like saying that you called a child a bitch and it was justified. I don't believe you. You called a child a bitch for what? A little girl a bitch for what? Slap fire out your face, nigga. So it's the same thing with the N-word. However, there's a large population of, I guess they would say, the alt-right white people that are trying to build the all-white conservativeship, whatever, in Arkansas. Those type of white people that felt like she should be able to call this little black kid the N-word. Not only that, they gave her $1 million in funds for doing so. Saying about this is also something that happened at the same time as the Carmelo Anthony case, so it was all like kind of put together as pieces of everything, like it was a perfect storm. So they supported this obviously meth abusing single mom because she called a black child the N-word, because Carmelo Anthony at the time had raised enough money to get out of jail on his case. So they were like, well, if they raised money to get him out of jail for unaliving a white child that might have been jumping him even though we don't know anything, this that is definitively wrong, we're going to support in protest of that. Also, we hate black people. Let's just be honest. A lot of white people hate black people. We got to just start saying it frankly. A lot of white people, especially this one, hate black people. Just what it is. That's just what it is. So she had a bunch of people that popped out that supported her, gave her over $1 million. And
do you call him a nigger, the child? Did you call the child the nigger word? It is my own business. You call him a nigger? It is my own business. You call him a nigger?
With her child in her hand, and then she flips off the camera too, bro.
Okay.
Come on now.
Hey, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again?
Fuck you, nigger.
Okay.
Nigger.
Made $1 million off this play right here, calling a child at the park the N-word. Trash ass, disgusting single mother. Wouldn't give her $1 on the street outside of 7-Eleven. But people love this so much.
All right, that's what you say.
They gave her $1 million in crowdfunding.
Nobody dig into your shit. That little kid, you call him a nigger? That little child?
Little child could steal my wallet. I'm not going to call him a racial slur or curse him out. It's a child. But you don't see, the thing is that you realize is that people like this don't even see that little black boy as a child. They don't see him as human. They see him as a nuisance, annoying, some type of animalistic entity. Because if that was a little white boy that stole it, ran in your bag and did all that, you might call him an idiot. You might say, stop. But you're not going to call him a racial slur. But you see him as less than, so you call him that. It's crazy.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child, 5-year-old, a nigger, the N-word. That's what you're going to call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
You can be recorded because you're in public, bro. But yeah, she doesn't give a shit. There's a lot of this. That's basically a lot of these white people. They just don't give a shit about nothing. They don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It's like you just want to be racist. Just be racist. Yeah, bad things happen at the fucking park. Kids do be mean to other kids. He shouldn't be taking stuff. Where's his mom at? Definitely not perfect, but it says more. What you learn about people, You learn much more about people when things are going wrong than when things are going good. When everything's going good, people are all smiles and hugs and laughs and thumbs up. Yeah, as soon as one thing goes bad, you're dropping N-words and blaming people. That's the real you. Nobody gives a fuck who you are when everything's going good. Who are you when something bad happens? If you turn into a piece of shit, newsflash, you're actually a piece of shit. All it had to do was one bad thing, one thing that you didn't like happened, and you immediately turned into a piece of shit. That's the real you. That's the real you. A lot of white people are like that. A lot of black people too, but a lot of white people are like that in secret. I feel like black people are more outwardly just pieces of shit. You will see it as soon as you see it. Like, oh, it's a piece of shit. White people are much better at acting, but deep down, he's way bigger pieces of shit.
Full story. Now, to understand what I mean, I want you to think about this one question. Do you remember when Donald Trump called Hillary Clinton a nasty woman? He took the time to interrupt her answer in the middle of a 2016 presidential debate because she committed the unforgivable sin of correctly pointing out that he liked to avoid paying taxes. That's it. That was the heinous offense. Now I have one question. Where is Donald Trump? Because it's now been several days since I saw Shiloh Hendricks call an autistic black preschool child the N-word multiple times in a public playground, in front of other kids and families, in a video that has now been seen tens of millions of times. And I haven't heard a word from President Trump or Republican leaders calling out and condemning her hate speech. Instead, do you know what I've seen? Over 25,000 Republicans donate nearly $700,000 to her to celebrate her way of living that she will pass on to her children and evangelize in her community. And this is the thing. It's not just Shiloh Hendricks. It's not just her hate speech. It's not the fact that her net worth, which could soon exceed $700,000, will be more than triple the average American. It's that she just exposed the absolute most brutal truth about living in America today. And I know you feel this too. The truth that for my entire adult life, for our collective lives as Americans, we were told these people and these beliefs were the fringe minority. That we shouldn't judge Republicans based on the behaviors and the words of a few crazy people. Please ignore them. They don't speak for us. Well, you stand for what you tolerate. And right now, and ever since the deranged demigod dictator launched his birther movement over a decade ago, all I see is the accelerating wholesale embrace of hate by the right. Hate that now lives in the White House. Hate that is now writing policies that govern this country. Hate that is hurting real people every day. Now we have Shiloh Hendricks, the blindingly bright crystallization of the movement our president so proudly and so unapologetically embraces for its unwavering commitment to him. This vile human could now be paid $1 million or more for no service to society other than screaming the N-word at an autistic child on a playground. This is what we mean when we quiver with rage when we hear the phrase both sides. This is not both sides, this is one side. One side embracing the festering hate that was passed on to them by their parents, their grandparents, and their great-grandparent, all the way back to the first putrid human who looked at a person with darker skin than them and thought, that person is worse than me, and they should suffer for it. Racism is our cancer, a disease older than the United States itself, but a disease that for most of my life I firmly believed we wanted to cure. But now as the disease spreads more aggressively and publicly than I've ever seen, I look at the 75 million voters on the other side, and all I hear is deafening silence.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And that's why I don't mess with the right either. People are always like, you must be a liberal. No, nigga, but I will say liberal people are much more understanding and cooler to me, at least from a political standpoint, than the right, because y'all support all of the people that hate me. If y'all are kicking it with all the people that hate people that look like me and hate other people that look differently than you, well then you support that hate, and I can't fuck with you. I don't care about your policies or anything else or whatever else, because you're not even thinking about me. You hate me. You're not talking to me. You can talk to me about policies all day, but if you're not going to denounce these other people that hate people that look like me or look like him on the basis of just hate, whenever people like this are brought to the forefront and are not smacked down by the right too, then nigga, it's not for me. I'm not gonna support you either. I'd rather be apolitical, because y'all are evil too, just as evil, maybe even more so. Who knows? I don't really care. Both sides are evil if you ask me, but this is always the reminder that the right is just as evil as the left. Just take away the gay shit and put some racist shit. That's
Call the child 5-year-old a nigger, the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
Shiloh Hendricks has raised more than $700,000 on GiveSendGo after she was seen using a racial slur in a video posted on social media. Hendricks was captured on video at Soldiers Field Memorial Park in Rochester, Minnesota, using the N-word in an argument with a man who confronted her about her language toward a 5-year-old black child. Hendricks repeating the slur and defending her actions by alleging that the child had stolen from her toddler's diaper bag. She created a fundraiser titled "Help Me Protect My Family" on GiveSendGo, saying her address and personal details had been leaked and that she and her children had received threats. Within days, the fundraiser has collected more than $700,000 in donations, more than double the donations that a fundraiser for the child raised before it was closed. The incident has ignited debates about race.
The 5-year-old? The 5-year-old is a violent criminal predator. She should be given $25 million, in my opinion. Great work. Jigsy, one thing you got to know about the TikTok too is a lot of that should be bots, bro. A lot of it should be bots. They go into these hoes bots and they will put the most racist stuff in the, but them likes be real. I feel like them likes be real. Speak your mind. Everyone else does. Yeah, everyone else doesn't just go around saying racial slurs at children. That's only white people. Yo, at Soldiers, old girls, speak your mind. See, there's a lot of white people that support this. I wish white women could raise their children away from the deplorables. You can move to Utah, move to Europe, move to Sweden. You can move away, move to Russia. You can move to Russia, like the homie dude from Texas that moved to Russia. Move to Russia. I support Shiloh. I love how they feel comfortable coming out. Keep going. Tell your employer how you feel about racism. Definitely do that. Will be used for legal fees after the family sues her as hell. I promise that's probably what's gonna happen. I had to freeze the video. That's no 5-year-old, because you know what a 5-year-old is. There's a woman down here talking to their banking, medical, and employee. These are people that vote, y'all. These are people that vote, y'all. These are people that clone people in the past. This is a lot of the right wing. A lot of the right wing voters are some of the lowest IQ people in the world. Elon Musk, AI summoning the demon. A list of celebrities are immoral. Bro, what the hell are y'all? Countries where the Bible is banned.
And kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money, and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. It's all gone to me. Nobody has asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. When this first started, I had a handful of people helping me out. Anglo-Saxon Girl, Tom Hennessy, Paul Miller, and Officerbone, Avi. And they really just were kind of guiding me through this time and promoting my fundraiser and getting the word out there about everything that was going on. So I am forever grateful for all of them for that. And then the Avi thing happened where he got fired from his job.
Probably for supporting a racist. Look at her rolling her eyes because she don't care about your job, nigga.
And uploaded a video and started his own fundraiser. That had nothing to do with myself and the rest of the people that were involved.
Nobody was involved besides you, your son, the little black boy you were cursing out, and the man recording. There was 4 people involved. I'm sure 3 of them did not donate. These are people that seen the video and started donating to you or whatever the fuck. And then someone from this dude's job probably realized, like, hey, you're supporting a staunch racist. We don't like that. You are free to do that. This is what white people don't understand. You're free to do that, but we don't like that. We don't want somebody, you saying that you support something like that shows something about your morals. White people try to separate that all the time. Like, I can still be a good person and support Adolf Hitler. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, the fuck you can't. So if you're the type of person that will support a racist towards a child, that shows your moral character. So we don't want you here working here. Go work with the people that feel the same way about you. And the only people that are probably gonna shop there are also people that feel the same way about how you feel. You see how you isolate yourself into this bubble, but that's what y'all want to do. So do it. Go up there to the Appalachian Mountains where all the other white people are and stay there. And I'm sure nobody will come visit. I know they won't.
As soon as we
I
found
know they
out the
won't.
truth about all of that, I severed ties with him immediately. I am not married to him. I don't know him. I've never met any of these people.
And they gave her $1 million, bro. This was a random ass, trash ass, 45-year-old, you know what I'm saying, pass around, dog. Y'all gave her $1 million because she called the little black boy the N-word. Crazy.
So I just want to shut that down right now.
She looked like a fat head. A fat addict, dog. A fat fairy. And y'all gave her $1 million, bro.
When I first found out that the park video was going viral, it was terrifying, but not surprising, because obviously he was recording me. It was going to get out there at some point. I did not realize I was going to have so much support and have all of you people rally around me.
Which we appreciate, because it let us know how racist white people are, these hidden ass racists. I went through it, I made a video about it, I deleted it because it kind of sucked. I should have did it in a better form or fashion. I had just started making videos like that, but anyway. We realized that there's a lot more. I think most white people are racist. I think there's way less not racist white people than there are racist white people. Most white people are very racist deep down. It's what this really taught me. I used to think same thing as dude from that other video. Like, I don't think most white people are racist, but after looking at this, and I'm like, I think they are. And they just are afraid to say it and come out and say it. That's why I'm totally down to make it an environment where white people can be openly racist, so at least we know who to fuck with and who we know not to. Because I hate the idea of like being around somebody and you can't tell how they feel about you, bro. I'd much rather know, like, oh, you racist, you don't like me, all right, I ain't gonna be around you. Cool, we could be over here, y'all be over there. That much I like to be around. You love me, I love you. You hate me, I hate you more. So it's like, yeah, bro, go over there, we'll go over here. That's totally fine. That's how we prefer it. So y'all should vocalize your racism more. That's how I feel.
And have my back.
But yeah, showing that, oh yeah, all this little fat fairy had to do was call a little black boy, a little autistic black child, the N-word, and they gave her $1 million. That's a good reminder. That's a good wake-up call. That's how white people feel about black people in this country.
Back in this situation, and it was very overwhelming, and I am so grateful for you all for that.
Didn't do nothing, didn't contribute nothing to society. All she did was call an autistic black child the N-word.
When this first happened, and
now she's acting like she dropped the most fire album of 2025 or came up with a cure for cancer, called a little black child the N-word. And racist, rich white people from across the country hate to donate to the homeless, hate to donate to the poor, hate seeing people on Section 8, but would give this pass around, this fat fairy, $1 million for saying a racial slur to a child.
I went on X and I saw Anglo-Saxon girl had posted my video. I messaged her and I was like, hey, that's me, just kind of needing somebody like-minded to
someone else racist
talk to. And of course she didn't know it was me, so we went through the whole process of, proving who I was. And that's when we kind of got the whole fundraiser started and set up. And yeah, the rest of that is history.
And now you have $1 million you made through donations from other racist white people. It's that easy. All she had to do was call a little black boy the N-word, and now she got $1 million. It's that simple.
I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody.
And all the racist people that supported your racism, she's very proud of it. That's good to know.
And just showing what can happen if we tribe up.
Definitely go tribe up. All the racist white people definitely should tribe up.
And if we stick together.
And stick together, for sure they should.
And we keep fighting back.
By calling little black boys the N-word. Why don't you call a grown black woman the N-word? Why don't you meet up one of the black women that want to talk to you, and then you can call them the N-word? Why don't you try fighting a black woman? You talk about fighting back, fight for your race. Go in there in the ring and fight on the behalf of racist white people. Get in there and show the strength and speed and ability you have from just being a racist white person that God granted you with being a racist white person. The physical superiority God gave you for being a racist white person. Show them in the ring or something.
Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves.
No, it doesn't. It depends on getting along with everybody else and existing within a country that everybody else exists in. Or you can make yourself the enemy and then see if your survival works. I mean, it just depends on whatever you want to do.
And not backing down.
Yeah, white people are not backing down, bro. They will back down. Your numbers have been dwindling, and y'all have had that same rhetoric for this entire time. Maybe it's time to change. Maybe be more open and accepting of others. Y'all have been the #1 faces of hate since the beginning of time. Maybe it's time to change that. Maybe try being more loving. Maybe? No? Okay, fuck it.
And we just have to keep on going. there's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do? You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word.
To a word with hella historical context. Okay. These people love saying words, but then you say a few words that they don't like, and then all of a sudden you're a terrible person. Oh, I thought it was just words.
I am just...
This is who y'all gave $1 million to for saying the N-word. That's what's up. This shows a lot about white culture.
So thankful for you all. We are in the process of looking for a home. We have looked at some.
So she went from living in a 2-bedroom flat in the middle of the ghetto to now she's buying a home because she called an autistic black child the N-word. Shit.
Getting out of the state and starting a new life. And I want to have a quiet life. I don't plan on being an influencer. I don't plan on doing interviews. Like,
it's probably dangerous for you to do that. You probably shouldn't, to be honest. Even though I don't fuck with you, you probably shouldn't. Probably a bad idea. Somebody gonna crash out on you.
That's just not something that I would ever want to do.
It's not something you can do. You better make that, whatever money they gave you, you better make that last for the rest of your life. You better hope you don't get sued by that family either. Because all that money gonna be gone, and it's gonna be hard for you to get hired when they look up Shiloh Hendricks and all they see is N-word, 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 N-word. Trust me, it's gonna be hard to provide for your kids if you have to use that money on lawyer fees to go get a regular job and all. Because I know all you was doing was working at a gym or something before. Now all it says is N-word, 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 N-word. I don't know if they're gonna hire you.
It's not on my agenda. So
it's not in your realm of capabilities either.
Maybe someday, but I don't foresee it happening.
Probably not.
Anytime soon.
You better wait for them to forget what you're famous for. Wait a decade. When you're 55.
We're all doing okay. We've been moving around a lot. It's been an adventure. It's fun to see new places and, you know, been kind of an outlaw. Again, I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of my supporters and all of my people.
So now you have to be the face of racist white people for the rest of your life. Good job.
A white racist.
Because I want to support free speech, and you cannot have free speech in a country.
No,
if you
that's
have...
fine. You can support free speech, but you also have to be accountable for what you say. She is. I mean, would you use the N-word out of interest?
Yes.
You would.
Mm-hmm. I do quite frequently.
You use the N-word quite frequently. Well, why? Other than the fact you're a despicable racist, are you?
Some would say I am. I guess according to the ADL, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, well, if you use the N-word repeatedly, you are a racist, then, are you?
Sure, I'll embrace that. If that means forwarding, helping white people achieve freedom of speech, real freedom of speech, which, by the way, Shiloh Hendricks is being attacked on all fronts. They're trying to bring legal charges against her. They're trying to get her children taken away. So you were saying Carmelo Anthony, it doesn't matter. That's a different.
Sorry, but just to be
thing.
clear, you just said to me you use the N-word regularly.
Carmelo Anthony also is being attacked on all fronts too, bro. It's white people attacking his house. They doing all types of shit to him. It's like, y'all, it's the same thing. There's people that are probably attacking Austin Metcalf's family. Probably not. I ain't never heard. I live in Dallas. I don't hear about that. But Carmelo Anthony's family had to move mad times. They pulled up to his house, did mad shit. So it's just what happens whenever you become the face of some racist shit, because racism has hella hatred in it. And there's a lot of white people out there that, bro, they don't care about nothing but they race for real. That's it. That's all they care about. Black people too, but it's way more white people like that. Most of them is what I'm starting to think now, is most of them.
In what context? Do you use it with black people?
Yes, if it's appropriate.
When is it appropriate?
Would it be appropriate to use the N-word? When would it be appropriate?
Anytime I feel like it.
That's most white people right there.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Yes. She also has a half black child.
Well, do you understand that makes you a despicable human being?
I guess so. I don't really care. I mean, why are we not talking about Shiloh Hendricks? Why are we talking about?
Well, actually, I think you've moved it on in this debate very quickly to your own racism, which explains why you've supported her in public and why you've got all these views.
Yeah, literally, what people are saying is most people, if you support someone like Shiloh Hendricks, you're fucking a racist. You're you're a racist, which is, to me, whatever. But I'd much rather there be proud racists than quiet racists. At least if there's proud racists, you know who they are. They're proud racists. You know not to with them. You know not to wish them well. You know not to hang with them. They're racist. Leave them over there. Let them be racist. But this idea that you're going to try to be able to transfer someone to be from, like, you're going to have a conversation with somebody and talk them into not being racist, that's never going to fucking happen. If they're racist, just say fuck them. Let them be racist. It's like trying to teach somebody, like, trying to tell a fat person not to eat. Yeah, they're going to keep eating. Fuck, let them eat. What the hell? You sit there trying to tell them not to eat. They've been eating like that their whole life. The only person that's going to make them not eat like that is themselves or God, bro. It's the same thing with racists. So what you would much rather think and do is have proud racists out here that are like her, admit that they say the N-word, admit that woo woo woo, and then whoever wants to hang with them, then y'all hang with them. But y'all know what y'all are getting yourselves into. She told you she's racist. You know where she aligns herself. The problem was when people are these hidden racists, like you have on the left. You have a lot of hidden racists on the left. They don't say that racist shit to your face, but then they get to the crib and they more racist than Shorty talking about she said the N-word. At least she fucks black dudes. You feel me? She gotta have black baby. You feel me? Like, she fucks black dudes. But, you know, she says the N-word too, so she's probably not as bad as the liberal racist who really thinks black people are less than them. You feel me? She might think it too, but at least she says it out loud, so at least you know.
You see no problem with a woman shrieking the N-word repeatedly because you yourself are a despicable race.
Yes.
And you've just proudly admitted that with a smug grin on your face, which is pretty horrifying, actually, for most people to have to watch.
Absolutely destroying her completely, like completely obliterating her, bro. And she knows it, because I don't even think she's really racist. The fact of the matter is, she just knows the right is stupid, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Y'all are easily tricked. It's easy to take from y'all. Y'all are easily pilfered sad. The left will at least do some research. The right, all I gotta do is slap Donald Trump's face on something, put a red hat on. Y'all are buying all the shit. Y'all are eating it all up like slop. Nom, 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 nom. So, of course, like, if you're white, why wouldn't you pander to the stupider side that you can make more money with? It's easy. But it's like to go the lowest hanging fruit, bro, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna just be a racist. That's my way to, you know, appeal to the white masses of the Republican media. Hey guys, I'm racist, give me money. And it usually has worked for the most part. I'm racist. When you're racist, must be one of us. It's that simple. So I'm like, I think a lot of this shit be fake, but if you choose to fake it, you're gonna get treated like it's real too.
And shame on you. You're entitled to do it, and I'm entitled to call you despicable.
Going to be the lore of Shiloh Hendricks, the woman that said the N-word, that called a young black boy the N-word and then made $1 million off of it somehow, because that's how white people feel about black people in this country, I guess. Not I guess, I know. I've seen it enough. I've seen it enough times. I like the proud racists. Be an outward racist, at least we know where we're wanted at. You know where you're wanted at too. Over there with them other proud racists. You feel me? But make sure you like, comment, subscribe. HOLYSHABAZZ. Like I always say, I don't care what they say about you in these streets. You with Pablo, mess with your man. Another episode of The Viral Vault, The Viral Vault, The Viral Vault, The Viral Vault. You feel me? Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, Kick, Holy Shabazz, Sound Village, Cult, Worldwide merch on the way. Appreciate your support. Love you as always. Unless you're racist, then I don't. But until the next one, boy, you better know it.